Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get today's video session. Here we go. Yeah! Welcome to our video session today. I'm doing my rock and roll music as always. So today we are going to be talking about Intel GPU. Oh yeah! How good are these Intel GPUs? Really? Are they really worth for playing games on them? In a real way, of course. That's not possible. Integrated GPU can play modern gaming. But the real truth is that it can, but what kind of settings will you be on? That's a big question. These integrated GPUs are really good. What I like about them, your system's gonna be very budget priced, isn't it? You're not gonna be spending lots of money buying one of these systems. They're really cheap. That is because the CPU you get, right? That's the chipset comes with it, along with it. It's already built within the CPU, you see, on the motherboard, especially the Intel motherboards you buy. Intel motherboards will have the Intel CPU and you get the Intel chipset, and on the chipsets you get this GPU. So we are talking about the Intel UHD Graphics 620. Yeah, why am I primarily focusing on that? I really think it's a very important one. Out of all of them, some tend to go for high Intel GPUs, but the systems are awful. Yeah, because I'm not just on about just the performance of this GPU, but you gotta see what systems come under it. There's two systems I can think of, right, which are absolutely amazing. Yeah, Fujitsu Stylistic Q704 tablet, Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet. These two devices made by Fujitsu are really high performance. Mainly, if you go for Fujitsu Stylistic Q704, you're gonna go for Intel i5 core, but I think you should at least go for the highest CPU. But that's where you're gonna get some serious performance. And my recommended device will be Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet. What I like about this package, right? Inside of the box, you will get the tablet, keyboard, adapter, stylus, and all sorts of other bits and bats to it. It's a great package, man. It does cost a bit, around about £1,000 or something. But this system is serious power, man. The good thing about this system is that it's not like a tough book though. It's water, waterproof and dust-proof performance. You will get that with this thing as well. Not only that, you can have to use the tablet on its own. On its own as well. You can just use the slate if you want to. And you can do drawing with the stylus pen and notepad. Do a bit of writing, for a bit of grocery, and some notes and stuff like that. It's absolutely incredible piece of hardware. I didn't tell you one thing. Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet comes in Intel i7 core. It is a very good CPU in this. You will get RAM 16 GB and the GPU you'll get will be Intel UHD Graphics 620 in this device. It's a really good device, man. And obviously the operating system is going to be Microsoft Windows 64-bit Pro edition. Okay. It's got all of this amazing thing to this Windows 10 PC. Now, if Fujitsu's got Intel UHD Graphics 620, how do we know it's really good? That is very simple. First, you gotta know the hardware I'm talking about on Fujitsu Stylistic R727. It's a good CPU in that. Alright. And following the same hardware, if that was in a laptop and a desktop, it's just the same level performance. It's high performance, by the way. Fujitsu made this device high performance. Yeah. Obviously, it was made for work, emails, web browsing, editing documents, and doing all your office PC programs. And you could connect printers. Okay. All-in-one printers. Whatever printer you want. It's got the power to do all that. It doesn't have just the power to do that. Because with the Intel UHD Graphics 620, you can do more. So what kind of level gaming does this GPU really give you? That's the big question, isn't it? Now the big question is that you could do non-HD. Okay, it's non-HD, isn't it? Maybe you don't fancy that. 720p HD. Okay, something interesting. And above all, 1080p HD. Whoa, yeah, you could do all that. Because the Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet, right, on screen is 1080p HD. But when we connect it to monitors and televisions, you can use 4K resolution. Okay? Not recommended for gaming, by the way. Now, we can go up to 1080p HD in gaming with this GPU. It actually does that. But the point here is that you're not going to be able to run a lot of games on 1080p HD, I'm afraid. But it can do it. It can do it. The Intel UHD Graphics 620 is pretty good for gaming. If you're a person who's into non-HD, 720p HD, and 1080p HD, that's what this GPU can do for gaming. It goes up to that. It's very, very good. Now the same GPU is in that Fujitsu device that I just mentioned here. Okay? So having this GPU is on a number of these Fujitsu devices, it's really good. Can we run a lot of games on it? I'll give you some games that has been tested on this GPU and they run reasonably well, and then I'll go for the slow ones in the end. Right. Sonic Forces, Team Sonic Racing, Sonic Mania, Nier Automata, Vanquish, Metal Gear Rising, let me think. Alright. Dead or Alive 6, Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition, Shenmue III. It's hard to remember them just like that. Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate, Soul Calibur 6, Samurai Showdown, Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza Kiwami 2. It's running all these games now. Check it out. What problem you got with this GPU then? Tell me that. Majority of these games, as I mentioned to you, can run on 1080p HD. If it doesn't, try 720p HD. And if it still has a problem, then you have to go non-HD. Alright. You got these 3 different resolutions in this Intel GPU, and it does a good job of it. If you check the gaming benchmarks of this GPU, they're pretty good. If we look at the previous GPUs that we look at, right, Intel HD 4400, Intel HD 405, and Intel HD 615. The Intel UHD Graphics 620 beats all of them by miles. But I really reckon that the Intel HD 4400 is better than Intel HD 405 and Intel HD 615. It's better than them. The comparison with Intel UHD Graphics 620 versus Intel HD 4400 are the best ones to go for. They're really good. Both of them are. But the problem with Intel HD 4400, it's got low gaming benchmarks. And some of the games are not supported on it. Yeah. Okay. Games like Dead or Alive 6, Samurai Showdown, Jump Force do not work on the GPU. Intel HD 4400 I'm talking about here. They do not work on it. But on the Intel UHD Graphics 620, they will work on it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention on Intel UHD Graphics 620, Jump Force. Does he actually work on it? Yes. It works, but it works in a slow way, you know what I mean? It's got frame drops when you do some special effects and special moves on it. But the game does actually run pretty well on it. Some people got it to run on 60 FPS. Beats me, I got that running on there. But it does run on 60 FPS. That's incredible. On that GPU, what we're talking about here right now. This GPU has a lot of potential. Don't think it hasn't. It has. Right. It does have a clock speed rate of 1150 MHz. Okay, it's pretty fast, and the other features that make this GPU pretty special. Don't overrule this GPU because it is pretty good. And for old game is really good, and modern gaming is quite good as well. How does the PC emulation fare on this thing? Shall I say one thing? It's fantastic. It's flipping fantastic. Yeah, it's really good. It's absolutely amazing. Listening to my information that I'm telling you today about this, it makes it budget price. If you buy the Fujitsu Stylistic R727, you will get all that out of it. Well, I just told you. You're gonna get all that for your gaming. It's an incredible piece of hardware. Now with the Fujitsu Stylistic R27 tablet, I'm gonna say one thing. Even you just use a tablet to play your Intel UHD Graphics 620, it's gonna perform really good for them gaming. You can use one of these controllers. You could put your tablet in here, yeah, and then you can start gaming on it. You're gaming on it. It is that good. You can start playing on it. Just like a handheld device. That's one of the modes you can make use of just the slate of that Fujitsu thing. The other thing is that you can use a special thing on it. You ain't gonna believe this. This Fujitsu device is pretty special. At the back, there's a part I could take out, and it makes it into a stand. The stand's built into the system already. So you can make it stand front of you. Tabletop mode. Tabletop. And then with the game controller, you can start playing games right front of your desk in the tabletop mode. Isn't that flipping amazing? If you prefer to use even a bigger screen, you can use a monitor and a television. Choice yours. Now this same GPU is in this system as well. It performs at a high level. It gives you high performance for gaming. Don't get me wrong, but this GPU is absolutely fantastic to play games. The gaming benchmarks are quite good on it, and all the other tests like 3D Mark and all sorts of stuff like that has been tested, and they've done really well on it. PC emulation and PC games is really good on it. You won't be disappointed with this GPU, because if you bought a laptop and a desktop with this GPU, it wouldn't cost so much, because it's not a video card, is it? They're not putting really expensive things in the computer, you see, to make this thing. It's all like what's built in the system, really, isn't it? And it's going to be quite a budget price. It's going to be really good for your gaming, the laptops and the desktop PCs. It doesn't cost so much to do all that. It's funny though. It can do good PC emulation, and it can play a lot of modern PC games. You won't miss any game on this thing. You hardly won't, really. Maybe there's few games that probably will run properly on it, but I'll be honest with you, a lot of games work on it. A lot of them. It's a really good choice. But if you prefer, even for the next level, Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet and a laptop PC. You can enjoy your games on the tablet, or you could connect it to a large screen with a monitor and television. Yeah, this tablet has the ability, man, and power to do all that. I highly recommend this Fujitsu tablet. It's really, really good, man. It's a good purchase. You won't struggle with it, man. Okay, it's a bit of money, but once you buy it, if you can find a deal on it, do you get it? The reason it's expensive because it's a really good device, you know. A lot of the sellers don't want to sell it cheap. They just don't want to get rid of it at a cheap price. The device did release back in 2017, but it's amazing. Is it worth to buy in 2021? Of course, 100%. It does the flipping job. It's not a poor performance at all. Everything running on this GPU performs really well. Some are low, some are medium, some be high, some are ultra. I don't know if you want to try ultra. Ultra will be just too much for it, but you can try it out. What do you think of it? But it does a good job. I mean, I've seen people playing games like Devil May Cry 5, Call of Duty. It's flipping amazing, man. What it does, it's really, really good. I'm really surprised how good it is. Don't take my word for it. Buy any system with Intel UHD Graphics 620. You will love it. Trust me. You will like it. If you like what I just told you, what it can do, and you find all these things interesting, you will like it. Okay? So, make your next purchase your Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet. You will get the keyboard. You will get the full experience, right, of a laptop PC in this device. Yeah, you get everything. This device does more than just gaming. I'll tell you that straight. It's not a normal system. It's far better than what you think. And tomorrow, we will talk about the technology they're talking about right now. The NVIDIA RTX 2080, Nintendo Switch, Sony PS5, Microsoft Xbox Series X, and NVIDIA's RTX 30 series. Which one should you really buy? I was always thought to myself, is Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X really worth buying? The way people think that, people are trying to buy really quickly. Are they really worth buying? That's the question. Or is the Nintendo Switch better than both Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X? That's a serious question, isn't it? You might be thinking, kind of, what am I talking about? Why would a Nintendo Switch be better? It can be. It can be better, but I can't tell you in today's session. And the other thing is that we've got these Intel integrated GPUs which give you 720p HD and 1080p HD resolution gaming, doesn't it? That's that part, isn't it? If somebody wants something like that, it gives you all that. But the next part is, does the NVIDIA RTX 2080 beat NVIDIA RTX 30 series, Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X? Which one is the best out of all of these? That's the big question. I'm thinking always to myself, when we talk about the NVIDIA RTX 2080, is it a better purchase than the NVIDIA RTX 30 series? And is the Nintendo Switch a better purchase than the Sony PS5 and Microsoft Explorer 6X? Yeah. It's quite a confusing concept, isn't it really? One side we got 4K resolution going on, and then with the NVIDIA RTX 30 series, Sony PS5 and Xbox Series X, we got 8K resolution going on. Is that 8K resolution fake? Is it really real? That's the question. Or does the NVIDIA RTX 2080 just work over all of these three technologies? I'll tell you right now, that session is for tomorrow. If you're a person who doesn't want to spend too much money and you like 720p HD and 1080p resolution, the Intel UHD Graphics 620 gives you all that. Trust me. If you're a person who likes all that, then this is a good purchase. Yeah, the Intel UHD Graphics 620 is a good purchase. Definitely. Then you're going to be considering buying the Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet. Maybe as your main choice. Because if you're a person who likes that technology, then the Fujitsu tablet wins. Clearly just beats all of them. Think about that. You don't need to spend too much money, right? Then you get everything all in one, right? You'll get to do everything on this Fujitsu device. Everything, man. Think about that. From A to Z, it will do everything for you. Also, it's a Windows 10 64-bit Pro system. Think about that. You will get to do everything. That's nothing missing on it. Yeah. From work, email, office, business, and PC simulation, PC gaming. Check it out, man. This device does a lot. Think about that. Think about a more broad think. What you can do with this device. It's a killer device, man. If you're that person as well who wants to do everything from work and all the way up to gaming, then produce to Stylistic R727 tablet wins. It just wins because you can just use a slate to do everything, or you could connect the keyboard and you could start typing on it as well. It's an amazing piece of hardware, isn't it? It's just unbeatable. You gotta think that as well. What kind of person really you are that's what you need to decide. If you get interested in a Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet keyboard, in your full laptop PC experience, the Fujitsu will give you all that. Just like that. You won't need to worry to buy another system, man. No, you don't need to. If you're happy what the system's doing, then it's the all-in-one solution system. Because Intel UHD Graphics 620, don't take it lightly, because it has that in that as well, in that Fujitsu device. It will do some really good things for you. So take everything in serious consideration. Don't take anything lightly. It's an all-in-one solution. You wouldn't be out of anything with this thing. Because Fujitsu devices are normal devices, are they? They're made for home, office, and business users as well. Think about that as well. Not only just gaming, it does more than gaming. Now, it's all up to you to decide what kind of thing you really want. Do you want a thing that does everything? I think looking at myself, yeah, I would want to buy something that which does everything really. Yeah. Okay, there will be things that will be minimum on the system, but the point is not that. But look at the whole thing. How much things you can do on this registered device. You can do lots and lots of things on this thing, man. You won't be ever be bored of it, isn't it? You can use the register. Sorry, you can use the tablet with the stylus pen. You can do your writing on there. You could do your drawing on there. Yeah, and then with the uh, you can turn it into a handheld gaming device, and with the stand which is pre-built in on tabletop, you could do your gaming like that. On the monitor and television, you can do your gaming like that. How much stuff can you do with this thing? It's flipping amazing. Okay, think about that. And the other thing about this Fujitsu device is it's not only that, it does more than that. You can connect this to a monitor. There are a lot of ports on these devices, you know. I'm telling you straight. There's lots of ports, and then you can connect a standard mouse and keyboard. You can use it instead of your desktop PC, man, for work and gaming, man. Not only that, you can even connect a printer. You can turn this thing into a full desktop PC. Is that good, you know? No joke. I don't know if you heard that port replicator thing. With the port replicator, it turns the thing into a full desktop experience. Yeah. So think about it. Intel UHD Graphics 620 and Fujitsu Stylistic R727 tablet. And with keyboard, you get the full powerhouse of Windows 10 Pro 64-bit. Think about that in a serious way. So I'll let you guys decide that, how you want to go with it. It does a lot, man. You're not going to miss anything on it. And you only need to just buy one device. And you're done. You could do then everything with it. If you think the way I'm thinking, right, you'll be amazed. Amount of things that you can do with this Fujitsu device. Everything is covered in this Fujitsu device, man. There's nothing missing on it. Nothing. So I do congratulate Fujitsu for making such great Fujitsu stylistic devices. They're really good. I mean, my best choices will be Fujitsu stylistic Q704. Obviously, it's using an Intel HD 4400, so it doesn't cut the mustard much. I will highly recommend Fujitsu stylistic R727 tablet with keyboard. Full package and giving an Intel UHD Graphics 620, which is far good for gaming benchmarks anyway. So I hope you guys like my video today. Give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.